Hello, visuals, and welcome back to another solo edition of the Visual Guys podcast. Why is it solo? Because I'm Dan Solo. I'm Fireman Dan. Riding solo. No, it's solo because I don't know where Chris is. It's not that he's late. It's not. It's that he's not even replied to stuff. I don't know. Maybe he's just abandoned and he's gonna take the Z with him, and we're just gonna be the visual guy. And it's just no, I don't know. I messaged him. I'm assuming he's just extremely busy visuals. If you listen to the Miss Marvel review, you've probably heard all this ramble on anyway. Yes, I don't know where Chris is, and Ravibi's on her way home from work, so it's just Dan. Which also means because I'm so busy doing the other stuff, work and other video stuff throughout the week, I have no entertainment news. I just have little bulletins that I've seen on my socials. But instead, I figured we'll do what we did last week, but this time we'll do it for Stranger Things. We'll do a Stranger Things spoiler heavy season review for season 4 or part 4. And they call it parts. Yeah, they call it parts, don't they? Not seasons. I can't even remember. This is we did it for the Miss Marvel review visuals. I always go for swags my coke, and it makes it awkward because Chris isn't there to break any silence. So you get the noise of a fat fox slurping. The new lad at work today as well, visuals. I'm going to put this up quickly. What was his day? It was yesterday. I can't which day it was now. He walks up to me and he's like, Dan, I was in bed last night and I was thinking, I was like, whoa, 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 whoa. What were you thinking about in bed? Turns out, even though he's only a 17-year-old kid, it's not like weird growing up hormone shit. He was thinking about why the days are called the days, like Monday and Tuesday and that. And I was like, Jesus Christ. Why are they called Monday and Tuesday and Wednesday and shit? And it's kind of boggled my mind as well. But that's not way to talk about. If you have got the answer, let me know. Because that's the meaning of life. Oh, fucking no. But Stranger Things is finally done. At the time of recording, this is the Saturday the 2nd. So Stranger Things second part of season 4 is out and done and dusted. I thought we would get like a whole another second part, like 5, 6, maybe even 7 episodes. No, we basically got a small film and a normal size film. What was it? I think it was like an hour and a half, and then 2.5 hours or some shit like that. Um, to finish off the whole season 4 arc of Vecna and 11 losing her powers and 11 being bullied a million times and 11 down a whole hallway in a corridor crying in slow mo and 11 being bold again and more 11 crying waving her hand out and then more 11 just in her pajamas everywhere chilling. You probably get what I'm going to say here visuals, but I do not like 11. Why is it I don't like her? Talk about I find her really annoying. Okay, right. This before I get too negative. I really like Stranger Things. In fact, I'll go as far as to say I love Stranger Things. It's such a great show. I buy the PJs. I've got the Lego set. I love Stranger Things. It's great. But something about this season. Oh my god, there's people walking past. I've got my window open and it sounds like little chubby girls. This is where I live. But there's something about 11 this season that fucking pissed me off. Um, Everything this show did so well that I adored. I adored the extreme horror element, the clicking, the chiming clock, and the very demonic, possessed, poltergeisty demon sort of deaths caused by Vecna, and back and forth to the Upside Down, exploring that Vecna is one, and all that carry on. I absolutely loved it. I loved it when a certain amount of the kids went to the Upside Down, like the first time around with Steve and Eddie and them, and they went there. Then I loved it when Dustin they all went there, but a bit more prepared with weapons. I loved seeing Hopper explore the jail and whatnot. The only thing is, the jail stuff. I really feel like that could have been its own thing. I felt like, hang on a sec, there's far too many like stories going on here. One's in Russia thing. I liked it though because it did all culminate and it all came together at the end and tied up nicely. It did work. It was actually some well written stuff. But I just sort of felt like, hang on, am I watching Prison Break / Stranger Things / a show with a mental girl that's got psychic powers and always bleeds out the nose and loves wearing pajamas? It was, yeah, I don't know when. I don't know if it's hypocritical or not, or if I'm contradicting myself. The build to it, parts of it annoyed us, but then when it finally like got to the end, I was like, oh, that's quite cool. And it kept montaging between different battles, so we had like the battles against Eddie and the Dustin and the Bats, Hopper and everybody, and Judy, is that it? Judy, I can't fucking remember her name now. In the prison, 11 and all them doing their stuff, battling Vecna and whatnot. Max doing her stuff. Oh, poor Max, she nearly went. The ankle snapped and the arm snapped, or the leg snapped. She nearly went. Yeah, I did mention spoilers anyway, I think, didn't I? I can't remember. And I did like the payoff. I will also say as well, I'm a bit flat because I thought that montage that Eddie did, well, with the guitar and stuff, the visually it looked fucking beautiful. The thunder hitting the background and all that carry on, and the darkness of the Upside Down looked amazing. But I think the way they cut it up and like how they edited it all together was a little bit shit. And I thought the song choice was mega shit. It didn't. If I were to turn the volume off and look at it, I think that looks cool. But when you turn it on, I thought, oh my god, like I was so ready. I remember seeing the trailer and everything said, I think, oh, this is going to be a badass moment. And not that it wasn't a badass moment, like it said, it was a very, very metal moment. It was a cool moment. Actually, I really think the song choice was awful. But again, that's just me. You can let us know in the comments below if you rated that song choice or whatnot. I really do think they could have done better. What else? Well, yeah, so my major gripe with 11. I am so sick to death, sick to bloody death of seeing her in slow-mo scream at somebody whilst crying, drop to her knees whilst crying, walking down a hallway or a corridor in some mental patient clothes whilst crying, getting her hair shaved again, being bold again whilst crying, just shouting and being confused like, oh, you love me, and then all of a sudden getting these power-up moments where she's like, oh, I'm vulnerable, I can't do it. Oh, no, you can do it, okay, I'm super powerful, I'll rip open and close a dimension in the wall. I'll destroy a mind flare. Well, no, she can't just do that, did she? But I'll fucking destroy Vecna. I'll send one to the Upside Down and cause him to turn into Vecna. I'm sick of it. It's she. The worst thing is, right? I understand she is so integral in the story. She is like probably the key component to the story, I guess. Or at least one of, and she is obviously, if not the main character, one of the main characters. She probably is the main character. But by God, I can't be asked for her. Next season comes around and I see her drop slow mo. Oh, she's gonna be looking like, oh Will, oh Dustin, I help, magic, powers, drop to my knees, cry, rah. Oh, shut up. And then we get to Hopper. Oh my god, I'm ready for like, God, Hopper, I fucking love you. You're a big sheriff, Hopper. We're not in Hawkins anymore. I love Dusty Bun. Steve, fucking amazing. And then, yeah, 11, fuck, clean off. I saw a lot of people predicted as well that they got the deaths right. People were saying they reckon Eddie and that died. I didn't feel, I didn't feel anything. I didn't feel much when Eddie died. I think it's because his death was meaningless in terms of he wasn't a character that we were heavily invested in. If that was one of the original boys, one of the main kids, any of them, I think we would have found it a little bit more because they're our main lot. I thought the stuff that was going on with Max in Vecna's house, if any of them died, even though Max isn't a main kid, well, an original kid, but she's original enough now, I feel like we would have felt it more. Not that it wasn't an epic death. Eddie went down in a blaze of glory. He was certainly not a coward, and he certainly didn't run away. He was a legit badass at that moment. I will give him credit. It's just like, where are you, mate? I've only really known you for a little bit, so I'm not really that bothered. If it was Steve, I think a lot of people would have cried if it was Steve and been a guy. Steve's probably, between him and Hopper, my favourite too. Hopper's probably my favourite. But yeah, the show, as a whole though, was absolutely great. It was. I loved it. I love getting just sitting there getting cozy. I've got all my snacks in and my munchie and my sodas and my coffees and whatnot, and taking my regular fag breaks, and then just getting sucked into the world of Hawkins and the Upside Down and Russia and what's going on. I can't wait to see where it progresses. I think number 5 is the last one. Is it? I'm not sure. Oh, quick note is I'll say as well because I just twined about Millie Bobby Brown and Evidence stuff. I don't know necessarily if it's Millie Bobby Brown's acting in this that annoyed me, or her of late. Something about her of late when I see her on, the talk shows and that. It's kind of like just, I don't know, sort of scratching at the surface of irritation, or if it was the writing and how she's portrayed in this. I don't know. I think it was all that weird Drake stuff. She was very cringy and weird when they were talking about all that Drake stuff, and I was like, that's gross. So I don't know. There's something about her, or at least her character at the minute, that's sort of doing my head in. I'd probably do a lot of people's heads in, but there again, I'm gonna there again. There again. This is my podcast, and I'll say what the fuck I want about who I want. You don't have to listen. You can always say, Dan, you're a fat fuck. You can still listen and say that, to be fair. I wouldn't give a shit. But one thing you can never take away from Stranger Things, regardless of how you feel about it, the theme tune is absolutely amazing. The overall tone of the 80s and whatnot. Oh, absolutely fan bloody tastic. Just beautiful. So yeah, Stranger Things now done and dusted. It was a massive gap from 3 to 4, so I don't know how long this one's going to be, and if it is going to be the last one. Obviously, when we end, we see that it's been a couple of days. Vecna's plan did work. Vecna's not going to be dead. The whatever these earthquakes, but the portal or whatever the gate to upside down to our world is opened. And now we end with all this ash coming from the upside down, this smoke, and it's landing in like fields and whatnot. It seems to be killing, like, living stuff, or at least turning it to the upside down. It's as if the upside down's slowly going to be taking its way over our regular Earth. So we assume it's going to be a case of 11 going in and closed up the portal and just killing it. Imagine if it ends and she has to go inside the upside down and close it from the upside down and keep it shut there forever. But that means she's going to have to stay in the upside down forever. I wouldn't miss her. You can stay there, 11. You annoying, bold little patient. As well, see when these new ones that we just got on Friday, she got so dirty and minging and messed up and fucked up in her little PJs. Alright, car. And then she come back for a final battle and whatnot, and they're all absolutely sparkling. You're thinking, you've never had time to have a wash or to wash them clothes, you silly bastard. But yet they were spotless. So yeah, it's mental. But visuals, Stranger Things gets a solid 8, and I'm sorry, but it's Millie Bobby Brown that slowly brought it down a little bit there. I'm not gonna lie. But what did you think, visuals? More importantly, you are the smarter, most more educated and more articulated than I am. I'm just a fucking idiot. Let me know what you think in the comments below, and let me know where you think Chris is. Maybe Chris is in the upside down. Maybe he's our new Barb. We're out there looking for Chris. But not really. That's bad things to say about my bra. But there again, I am a fucking twat. Visual thank you for watching. Remember to keep being you angry about keep it on.